Hi, it's Alex Biggs from Drumbase, and today I want to talk you through the firmware, the software, and a retrofit update that you might need to do to your desk. So let's get into it. So to start with, there's a couple of videos floating around on YouTube about this retrofit. What is it? What is it about? Basically, with the very first desks that were built, there's a problem with some clicking in the headphones, and you can tell if yours has got that. If you have clicking in your headphones and you don't need any mics or anything switched on, apart from obviously the desk, then go to one of the analog channels and push down the phantom power. Again, doesn't need a mic in it, just push down the phantom power plus 48 volt, and if the clicking stops, unfortunately you need to sort that retrofit out. To do that, contact your dealer where you bought it from, they can sort it, or if you register your product, which you should do anyway, at Solid State Logic, then you can register it there, and then under the FAQs it tells you all about it, and just read through that, and then that'll answer any questions. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is again to go to solidstatelogic.com, go to support, and if you noticed in your address bar it's taken you to a different website. If we go up here to Studio Consoles, click that, and then you got your Big Six. If you click here, but really to get all the proper FAQs you need to register, and then you can put your email, your name and email in, and then once you've signed up, confirm that, and then you should be able to get to the questions you need. So this gives you much more info. So here we go, the retrofit. So this tells you about how to do it. All right, the procedure. So just do all that, and then you can do it yourself. It won't invalidate your warranty, but there's a video how to do it. Okay, or contact your dealer. So whatever you want to do, really. Sweet as. I'm going to walk you through the firmware update and the Windows driver update. I'm going to do that now. So what we're going to do is have a little look into it. So what is the firmware update? Well, unfortunately, again, in the early desks, what they've done is they've put the phase polarity the wrong way round on channels 5 to 12. So this just flips it the right way round. So you do need to do that. So again, this is end of June 2022. Obviously it depends on how old the desk is. Again, go to the FAQs to find out if you need to do it. I did it anyway, and I've updated my Windows driver that obviously connects it to my Windows PC. So there's a PDF on what to do with this, which I'll show you. So I go to solidstatelogic.com and then hover over music audio production, and there we see the mixers Big Six. Click that, and then just scroll down if you have to find documents and downloads. Click that, and there you go, there's all the firmware and bits and pieces you need. So what we can do is look at the audio driver, and then if you hover over it you can see it changes color. So you click download, and then the firmware, you click download, and that takes it to your downloads folder. So if we have a look at that, so there it is. Now what I'm going to do, I did my driver first, then I did the firmware, but then it just didn't work. I couldn't connect the desk, which was pretty frustrating, but then I did the driver one more time and it worked. So just be aware that you might need to do the driver twice, or you could try doing the firmware first, but I couldn't get it to go, so I did the driver then the firmware. But anyway, click into the firmware, unzip it, and then you've got a PDF. If you open up the PDF, you'll find instructions how to do it. Again, I would read through it. Again, I'm showing you here as well, but I would perhaps take some notes because it's got the Mac OS version. I've got Windows here, but so if you have a little look, you can see what you've got to do for the firmware. So what I'm going to do now is go back to the downloads folder, and I'm going to click this. So this is the driver update, and I'm sure the firmware doesn't work unless you've got the up-to-date driver, but I could be wrong. Anyway, once this opens, you install it. When you push install, it sometimes jumps to the bottom of your taskbar, so if you can't find it, it's at the bottom of your taskbar, but then it should come up like this. Okay, so once you've done that, then you go to your firmware, and what you want to go to is unzip the right one, so obviously Windows for me, and then it's this one here. Double click that, and then you want to extract all the files. Don't run it, extract it, otherwise it won't work. So extract all, and then it comes to this, and then as you can see, you click this and then it starts to install it. With the driver you have to restart your computer as well, so just be aware, and don't forget, keep your desk connected and turned on while you do all these functions. And again, just read the PDF if you're not sure. That tells you exactly what to do, but this is how I did it. Right, so after you've done that and it's all installed and you've done a restart and everything's working, you might want to go back and check all your devices, because if I go to the sound card on the computer is gone back to the default one, so you need to pick up your SSL. And with Cubase, again, I've done a video on how to connect everything, but you want to go to Studio Setup, and you want, again, the driver would have changed. So what I want to do is pick here the solid state, switch that. Again, it could be different for OS. And then you go back to Studio, Audio Connections, and again, inputs, obviously do what you like. Say I'll do just 16 mono, and then outputs, I always do not the default. I want to do 15 and 16. The default's 1 and 2, but I use 15 and 16 on mine, and again I've done a video all about that. So that's kind of that. So I've had to go back into Zoom, so I use this desk for Zoom as well. So I've changed the drivers in Zoom, the inputs and outputs in Zoom. It might find it on your PC, but on mine I had to reload everything and get it all sorted. So that's basically it. So you've updated your firmware, your driver, and you should be good to go. Anyway, I hope that helped, and I went down to SSL. I was passing near there, so I popped in, and they were good enough and kind enough to take me around. They've got their own studios down there and bits and pieces, so I had a little look at the big desks, and I'll be doing a video on that very soon. So subscribe and hit the bell icon if you want to be notified when I put those up, and I shall see you in the next one. Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye.